Hello and welcome to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, congratulations. What a great atmosphere and a great overtime victory over the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, and I would like to right now say a special thanks to our fans. I thought they were a huge difference in that football game. They stayed with our kids no matter what the circumstances were, how the game looked. Even we played poorly, they kept encouraging them, and our players responded to that and were able to make key plays in the game. I think a lot based on, one, our will to win, our will to stay together and be a family, but two, I think the pride they had for those fans and the way they supported them, and it was a great atmosphere and environment.
It really was, and your team, you just touched on this, but it stuck together, and there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up, which I know we'll talk about.
Yes.
But one thing this team is doing is it's finding a way to win.
It is doing that, and it understands it's developing its identity gradually. We've got some execution things we definitely have to pick up on, but it is developing its identity and growing each week.
I'm curious, Coach, given where you've been in your career, you've been a part of some rivalries. I mean, you've been in the LSU, Alabama, you've been on the Auburn, Alabama. This Florida State-Clemson rivalry is turned into a pretty good one.
For the conference rivalry, no doubt. I mean, it has a lot of bearing, and it's not only an ACC game, but an interdivisional game, which I call double whammy games. And they have great players. We have great players. And, you know, when you get that many great players on the field, crazy things happen, but the competition level is great.
Florida State survives over Clemson, a double whammy game, even though it's just the first game of the year in the ACC, and we'll kick off our highlights. When we come back, stay with us here on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Florida State football, a Seminole Saturday night. Coach, big game against Clemson, obviously, and with all that went on, your team went into this game with a backup quarterback in Sean McGuire. And what was your message to the team as you went out and played what was a terrific game?
We got to find out who we are. People got to step up. The next man up. Sean's practiced well. He's done a great job. Thought he'd come in and competed in the game very well. Made the plays we had to make. You know, there's some growing there, but you know, for our first start in that atmosphere and environment, which is very tough. But we had to each do our job. We all had to step up, be consistent, compete in the game, and really not accept adversity or anything that happens and make no excuses, and that's what we did.
Let's take a look at these highlights as Florida State comes out of the tunnel, and it truly was electric at Doak Campbell.
It was great atmosphere, you know. Roberto, great kickoff on the first one. We got it out of the end zone. We wanted to see how they wanted to return first, so we kicked it out. And you know, later he got those high kicks and we got the coverage. They start off with the screen game, which they like to do outside. Like I say, there's Jalen Ramsey played an outstanding, Ronald Darby, Tyler Hunter all getting on the play. There's Jalen out here setting the edge. Boy, Jalen's becoming a better and better player. Right there, great job. Nate Andrews getting to the edge. Nate had a great play. We miss a block right here. That tackle turns up. He's got to make that block on that Mike, and we miss one right off the daggone bat and get behind. And that's what we were losing the first down battle. They played the naked. Probably a smart throw right there. Throws it away, avoids a loss. They played the play. But I'm going to tell you what. You talk about who come back and had a great day. Casey Beatty. I mean, he bailed us out a bunch of times last night and kept the field position battle in our favor. Here they are. They get a nice throw out here. They get a little screen. They're good at these screens. They get them downfield, and our guys got to tackle better with Nate there, but there's guys trying to strip the ball. And, you know, it's a great rallying point because they're down here ready to make a play, quarterback run. We're fitting it. I can't see who. That's Reggie Northup, who played one of his better games of the year. We got to get the backer on it. Got to scrape through and find that. They got on naked right there and missed it. They had a chance to score, but you know, missed a field goal. That's the thing. You play great red zone defense. You guys field goals. If you give them up, but at the end they can miss them. They had a nice crossing route to Nick O'Leary. Had a nice night. Had 6 catches, I believe, on the night. Sean got in a rhythm on his first drive. Big third down pickup to Bobo Wilson. Bobo keeps emerging out of our receiver core. Got a nice screen right here to Carlos. Great pickup by Austin Barron on the linebacker. And I say just stay vertical down the sideline there. I think we cut back, but still great play by Carlos. You know, Bobby Hart, Rashad, all those guys down the field. And here, to me, again, 50-yard field goal right off the bat, and Aguayo just keeps staying Mr. Consistent. And here they get a good job here. Mario Edwards playing the edge a little bit on the quarterback. They get a yard or two, but he does a nice job pursuing to the football. You know, up inside. I believe that was Desmond Holland making a good play. Mario Edwards, who got banged up on the night but had a good night. Derek Mitchell got better and better, and that whole crew up in there, Reggie, Jalen, Terrence Smith, they all had nice nights. And another good play right there by Reggie, fitting the hole. We did a good job of keeping contained most of the night and setting the edges of the defense. P.J. Williams, glad to see him back. Good play action on first down. If you'd seen this a hair earlier, we might have scored. He threw it just a hair late, but good Bobo catches a nice play on the play action down the field. Over the top on a deep corner, really good play. And you know, we're moving the ball. And then we get a penalty here and get set back, and then we have a shot right here. We got a chance to make this play just overthrew him just a hair. We got one-on-one, but we had to challenge the end zone. We wanted to be aggressive early and let them know that we would throw the football. This screen, we got it. We got tied up with the lineman there. Had a chance to come out for another big play, and they tipped it. But again, Case and Beatty, who had, I think, 3 punts that got inside their 20, most of them around the 10 or 12-yard line, did a great job on the night. Great coverage. We won the special teams battle, which was very critical in this game. Here they are trying to set the edge. Terrence Smith rallying the ball. Mario Weber. You see Nile right there. Nile Lawrence came back. Boy, he played a good game inside. But the guy inside, Eddie Goldman, number 90. And you see him right here. They're making the plays. Good sack right there by Mario. But Eddie Goldman on the night, you talk about dominant. I mean, that's the most dominant performance he's had probably since he's been here. And he is really emerging as a heck of a football player. Here we go now. Got the scramble. We got to make that play. We got to fall back in. And we jumped a flat right there where we should have stayed in the back and not let that happen. And we got to be a little smarter than that in our coverage. And this is where they get down the field. We get lost in coverage right there. We got to stay on. Jaden's got to stay on that guy on the vertical push right there. Gets lost, gets caught looking in the backfield, and they convert it. We didn't get enough pressure. And then they hit the field goal. But so it's a battle going back and forth here now. So it's 3-3, and Kermit right here. We had a couple of nice returns that weren't bad. Get back up inside, hitting that seam, got to hit it, here he goes. Don't stutter, just keep going, but get a nice return, get it out. And we lost the line of scrimmage. And once we lost that one momentum in the second quarter, we started losing the line of scrimmage, which is critical. And here, Vic Beasley, we have a play open on the side to get to, and he just beat it. He is a great player. He played like a great player. But here, great punt by Case and Beatty, turns it over, forces a fair catch. We're down there covering. That's a great punt right there to change field position. Here they're in a wildcat look, and the back goes up inside. There's Nile Lawrence again playing tremendous. He was really playing great on the night. Me and Jalen Ramsey. A twist player here, McCasher trying to get pressure. That's when we got out of a rush lane. Then when you stepped up, then we opened the guy up because somebody stepped up to get the quarterback, and you lose it. That's why it's important on those rush lanes, but we got better pressure. Got a deflection, almost a great play by Nate Andrews right there, who also had a ton of tackles on special teams. Was really great on special teams. Nile, Desmond Holland, playing a lot of guys. Casher, they get the ball down the middle. Got to be careful right here. That's a good job. Made him throw it over the top. Good play by Tyler Hunter. Don't need to see his muscles. Here we couldn't get a run. Right here, we got to have a chance. Got to throw it away. They deflected it. Almost got a pick. It was critical there. We only coming off the goal line. We missed a run cut on the other side and got second and long. And third down right here. If he scrambles right, I believe we get a first down because their defender turned his back and he got, realizing you can run. And that's what young quarterbacks do sometimes. But again, Case and Beatty, another pretty good kick. We get the ball back and we cover extremely well. No net punting yards. Nate Andrews doing a heck of a job on special teams.
Yeah, you won the special teams battle across the board in this game.
They get a play action here. Terrence Smith getting pressure on the quarterback. They throw a great back shoulder fade. That's just a good throw and catch. It wasn't covered poorly. That was just great execution on their part, PJ. Yeah, we get the naked and they get the flat route they had earlier in the game for a play, and they get a touchdown right there and or get right down to a touchdown. Excuse me. Next run they get inside, and we played pretty good red zone defense for the night. And you'll see some stands later on that really were critical in this game. Here they started trying to play some short kicks and pooch kicks. But when they do that, and you hit it up north-south, you're going to make some yards. So, Kermit still a nice little solid return. We got to block a little better. It throws the timing off when you change the distances, and that's the thing. We work on those pooch kicks, knowing we're going to get them a lot. Then we get a nice play action route. There, again, the end comes around the end. Great Sean steps up, finds Nick O'Leary over on the side, and a great catch. Did a really nice job. That was good. Big play.
6 catches for
Now here, we just miss a block. Carlos right here. That's his man coming out there. That guy's supposed to be blocked for some reason. He steps down inside and makes a critical error, and something he hadn't been doing, but he made it right there, and we have to make that block. And we had a guy coming over on an over route for about a 15, 20-yard gain and run some more. That would have been a big play. That was kind of the story of our night, especially that first half. We just weren't getting those things done. Here we are. We did a great job of getting to setting the edge of the defense and getting our guys out wide, and proud of the way they competed that way. Terrence Smith again making a great play. Rashad right here on great return. This is the one that's disappointing coming up in the first half right here. And we're down to the 38-yard line. We get a play action pass right here. We got a one-on-one post route with an over route by Nick, and we got exactly what we want. And just get pressure from the backside. That guy Vic Beasley saved him and makes a great sack. And then we're out of field goal range, and then very disappointing right there. I got aggressive and tried to take a shot, and We had the shot, we just didn't get it blocked. Now that's some play calling. Tyler Hunt. But all that, as poorly as we played in the first half on offense, except for that one drive, it's still 10-3. Where it's a one-score game. Told the guys we got a lot of adjustments to make. We had to get a rhythm. We had to get back control of the line of scrimmage. But it's still a 10-3 game, and it's a one-score game, and we just got to go play a great second half.
What was your impressions from the start of the game, even in pregame warm-ups, of Sean McGuire getting his first chance and what you saw from him? Because it's obviously a pretty big spot for your first
start. It really
start.
was. The nerves and things didn't bother him. I was very. The look in his eye, he was ready to compete. He was ready to play hard. He did those things. You know, he got to continue to execute. But that's his first time out there in that situation, and I was very pleased with it. And again, as much as people don't like to hear this, he didn't do anything that beat us. I mean, he may not make a throw, but he didn't have turnovers. He didn't do those kind of things. Managed the game properly and got us to 10-3, and then we managed through the second half.
Not a lot of offensive big plays, but one of them came from a guy who's been making big plays from his position since he stepped on campus, and that's Roberto Aguayo.
Yes.
Gets you out to an early lead, and you know, when you watch college football, a lot of kickers struggle to make some kicks, and he's not one of them. He makes a 50-yarder for you.
Yeah, he did, and he got points on the board in that, you know, halfway through the first quarter, so you know at least it's 3-3, something going in that quarter. You got confidence. Sean's got confidence. Hey, I'm in this game. I'm leading this, and you can continue to roll.
So 10-3, Florida State down at intermission, but a lot of football, a lot of fun football to come, including some overtime as well. We'll get to the second half highlights and much more. Stay with us on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Championship season in review presented by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
In our house, our field, play like we play, do what we do. Impose your will upon them. Poise, execution. Okay? Toughness, effort, discipline, and pride. Lock it in, do what we do. All right? Let's have fun out there tonight, bro. Come on, get up here. Go.
Shotgun the snap. Quentin Williams rolling to his right, still rolling, looking upfield, directing traffic, throws over the. It is intercepted, picked off at the 40. Nobody is going to catch Talbot Smith. Talbot to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown FSU. Talbot Smith with a pick six. Roberto Aguayo, the longest of his career attempt. Here's the snap. The kick airborne. Has plenty of leg. It's good. 45-yard field goal for the freshman out of Mascot, Florida. South Lake High School. Jackie Wilson, pistol formation, awaits the snap. Here it is. He'll drop into his own end zone to throw. Gets the pass away. It's incomplete at the 1-yard line. Flag thrown in the end zone. Could it be holding in the end zone? If it is, that would be a safety.
The hold is in the end zone. It's a safety.
Third down, empty backfield. Here comes pressure. Winston felt the pressure coming. He is going to. Oh, he breaks the sack. Looks downfield. Throws the ball downfield. It's caught. Touchdown FSU. A remarkable catch by Benjamin. And what a Houdini job by Jameis Winston. My goodness. Side from the 5. Hand off to Wilder. Left side to the 1-yard line. And he stopped just short of the goal line. He'll feed the ball to Wilder. He'll get to the 1. Touchdown FSU. Hit just as he got to the chalk at the goal line, and Wilder's got a rushing touchdown. That's his second in as many weeks. Devontae Freeman, sidecar left. He gets the draw play. Devontae Freeman up the gut to the 5, to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. He's just short of the goal line. First down goal. It's Devontae Freeman, touchdown FSU. Running left and taking it to the house. Devontae Freeman. Second touchdown rush of the season. Game's Wilder the setback now. Out of the gun, Winston takes the snap, looks downfield, throws downfield, caught, touchdown, Rashad Green. He was wide open, not a single defender within 10 yards of him. He was wide open, a breakdown to the secondary, and Winston just takes the nose right down the main street and puts points on the board. Tight end Nick O'Leary in motion. Feed the ball to, here's Carlos up the gut to the 10, 5-yard line, he's tripped up at the 4. How about Carlos Williams? O'Leary in motion, the snap. Here's a handoff, Carlos running left, touchdown FSU. Easy pickings for number 9. My goodness. Second down and goal from a yard away. Feed the ball to Carlos, and he dives off right guard into the paint, the promised land. It's a touchdown FSU with 46 seconds remaining. 53-6.
And focus. We got a heck of a football team. Heck of a football team. But We got so much more room for growth. So much more room.
Championship season in review presented by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Tom Block and Coach Fisher. Coach, you're down just one score as you go into the second half. Did seem to me, though, with the running game not firing on all cylinders, you really had to adjust your game plan a little bit there with the first-time starting quarterback. Seemed like you got some quicker passes going and tried to get Sean going.
Well, we did, and we don't want to do that and for our offensive line. To get the ball out of our hands, those guys get frustrated rushing, get the ball to our playmakers as quick as we could in space. And, we tried to run it, and we're going to continue. And a lot of those running yards, we had negative yards because of sacks, and we took some of those, which shouldn't come off running yards. It should be off passing yards, but college football, as I say, does them backwards. But they need to do them like pros. But, it was critical to get this first drive and get a rhythm as an offense. And we were able to do that in the first drive.
Yeah, you certainly will. You always talk about it being such a key drive for a game, and you guys responded.
We did. We put a lot of time in this at halftime, the things we could do and what we thought our players could do and execute and build some confidence back in them. John was almost perfect. And a great throw right here to Nick O'Leary, and Nick being Nick, just finding ways to get open. Here he is, just getting the ball in and out with protections well. We're getting the ball. Hey, whether it's 6, 8, 9 yards a pop, it doesn't matter. Just keep getting it out. Good play action right here. Come back with a screen back to Nick on the backside right here. And I think they got a face mask, if I'm not mistaken, on that. They had a few critical mistakes too. Right here, nice slant route to Rashad Green on the backside. Good read from front to back by Sean. And we're getting back. And you can see the guys' confidence growing. They were ready to they knew they didn't play well. Great, big third down pickup. Nick, I have to get on Nick. Let a corner tackle him on the one. We got to get on him. But that was a great play by Nick. Getting open, good throw by Sean. We get a little zone play right here. Great bounce run by Mario Pender. And he gets in the end zone. We tie this ball game up, and now the momentum comes. The crowd gets in the game, and it's a football game again. And we got rhythm and confidence. Yeah, the defense, I thought, played well. Great job right there. Talking about Chris Casher stepping up and playing a heck of a football game. Really good. He and DeMarcus Walker there, I thought both played very well in the game. Eddie Goldman, you see Big Eddie there. They get a throwback screen. Looky here. Great job by P.J. Williams on a screen throwback to the tight end. A big trick play they use a lot, and we recognized it and were able to make the play. Here we get a play action. Get Rashad again, one-on-one on the backside. We had a conscious effort to have it. We got to get the ball in 80's hands. We had a nice run right here. If we don't push crack, we have a missed block right here. This thing could have went all the way to the house. And it was in the secondary, and it was a shame. Right here, we got to gap alert this and set it down inside the left side. And he's got to get that ball out of his hand on 1st and 10. We had a good first down, starting to move it again, and we get that negative play. When you get that second and long, man, they're hard to overcome. Good job right there by Terrence Smith, P.J. Williams on the run game. And they didn't have many run yards. They had more than we did. Terrence getting the ball out of his hand. Now, Chris, it's tough. It's all right, guy. Broke a tackle. You got to make a better tackle in space. But we were getting pressure, and we were affecting the quarterback. We were hitting him. Guys running to the ball, playing hard. I thought our conditioning was very good in the game, especially if we're going against this no-huddle team. Again, they back-shouldered. And here is key. Here is key. Because right here, they're down. Right there, the ball's not in the end zone. You say, well, give it to them. Nope, look right here. So we hold them. Ball doesn't get in the end zone. Great effort. Next play, Eddie Goldman. Actually gave him an offside. I thought it was close, but Eddie being dominant. That's why you never know what's going to happen. And on the next play, if I'm not mistaken, they snap it over their head. That's why I like to get under on the goal line. But, that's – and all of a sudden, they're back in here out of field goal range. They went from scoring a touchdown, having a touchdown, to now they run a draw play, I believe, and we stop them, and they missed a field goal. From a guaranteed touchdown to no points, that's what our team did. We played situations, and we didn't care what the circumstances. We just kept playing the next play. Nick runs a great yogi pump right here, pump a out route, and he breaks it back inside. Sean sees a nice 20-yard gain down the middle. We're moving the ball, got momentum. Very happy with what's going on. Get a nice play action. Next, see Sean get a little better play action. He dumps it down. Had the ball to Rashad. They covered him. They find Bobo coming across 5-6 yards of pop, and we're winning first down again. That's why we're able to move the ball. And this right here, I didn't like the decision, but I do think it was an interference penalty. I don't think there's any doubt it was. He was held, and that was a critical interception because that was second down, and we're moving the ball for a possible winning field goal or touchdown. Again, bad play by Tyler. Field it, just can't horse collar the guy. Got to tackle down low, and critical mistake right there. But they're moving the ball, and they get down. They hit a nice go route right here. Great job by that guy. He got his hands under the ball, made a great catch, and they got good players too. And again, they get in the end zone right here. Quarterback does, and they're up 17-10. That kid, Mr. Watson's going to be a heck of a football player for them. Very impressed with him. All right, they make the throw, and then we come back out, found a shot on first down. We start to move it a little bit, trying to win the first down battle. Get 4 more yards. Here we go back to the out route, have Rashad one-on-one. He catches it, gets back north-south. We're able to get a little rhythm, get the ball out of our hand, eliminate negative plays in the game. And nice. And now he reads it, had a backside read, and he reads the front side and gets a one-on-one and throws it out there to Pops, and Pops makes a great catch, Christian Green, and good job. But right here, this was had a rail route. Now, when you're forced out of bounds, it shouldn't have been a penalty. Now, he bobbled it anyway, but then we get a play action. Now, this is where we made a mistake. We had the post route right here. We had it scot-free, and we got to throw that post. That's the first read. He went to the second read and just looked past one. And Sean will see that on film, and we'll get that corrected. We had a chance to tie that game up. That would have been a big touch. We were 5 yards behind the guy. But that's part of the ball. We got to keep playing. That's what I was proud of these guys doing. Nate Andrews, that back up in there. Great job again, Nate Andrews. That guy knows how to compete. That's the one thing about him, man. He's just a competitive football player now. All right, Sean gets it here. Nice route. We got one-on-one back shot to Rashad. Found it right there on the corner route and went straight to it. Now, right here on this next one, right here is an experiment. We got to throw this ball away. We're out of the pocket. You can throw it just past the line of scrimmage. That's where Sean will learn. He'll grow. We want to keep making plays, I understand. Then we come back and we got Rashad on the same play. We hit him on the other. We got him on a one-on-one. We went right back to it. Caught him on the backside. Their guy tripped. Touchdown. And, Rashad Green, when you get him one-on-one, good things happen for Florida State.
Clemson's a little bit tired of seeing number 80, I can assure you, with the career he's had against them.
He really has. His whole career, he has played exceptionally well against these guys. But that's what big players do in big games. Now, here's what you talk about our kickoff. Dalvin Cook right here, darting in there. And there's Nate. I think Nate Andrews every play. Terrence Smith on the play. There's Javon Harrison, young freshman coming on. Scooter Higgins doing a great job here. Now 17-17, and great job by DeMarcus Walker. Again, setting the edges of the defense. Setting the edges of the defense. Very proud of those guys. Getting better at those things. Defensively, really a great play by P.J. Williams, getting his hand over the top, making a swat away. Guys just competing in the game. Now we're get a nice 10-yard run. We're starting to run the ball a little bit better. Good job right there by Carlos Williams. Our guys are pumped up and wanting to play. And then right here, we got the throw. And here's the bad part. If we get that down, it comes out the back gate. You make one guy miss. It's going to be a 30-yard gain or maybe a touchdown, and we just let it go. Good read. Decision was right. Just a high throw, and they get it. But here, they're going for a game-winning field goal. And look at that, Eddie Goldman. That guy on the goal line down, making plays when you had them. That's what our team did. They didn't quit. They didn't give up. They said, heck, we're going to play it out. We're not going to allow this thing, and we're going to see what happens. Now, everyone here, we're backed up inside the 23 timeouts. We just do a pick. There's no sense to force this thing. We got it to overtime. We're in our stadium. We got the best field goal kicker in America, and plus we'll see what they're doing. They've struggled in the red zone against us, and let's see what we got. I thought that was the best chance to win the game. And on the first play, Eddie Goldman gets a sack. There he is again. Just keep making play after play. That guy, when he learns that he can totally be dominant, he will be. On a screen, they did a nice job on a screen play here. We almost got the first down, but our guys rallying to the football. Nice play right there. We made the tackle. And they go for it on 4th and 1. Eddie stuffs it up inside, backer straight. Chris slides over. Reggie Northup had made an adjustment on an unbalanced line and got our front set. Just a lot of little things that no one saw. Then we come back right here. I told Carlos he should have scored on the first play. We get it past, and all you got to do is make that safety miss your one-on-one. He stumbled. I was giving him a hard time. That's one last play I had to call. But we got the zone play in our line. We ran it when we had to run it right here. Actually, they're in wrong shoulder. Vic, who killed us all night, should have stayed outside. They might not have had a touchdown, and he went underneath. And great bounce-back run by Carlos, and we get in the end zone. And we win a very critical football game, not playing our best, but we competed at our best. We found ways to make plays, never gave up, did the things we had to do. But again, as a coach, you're proud of the way they competed. We're not happy with the way we totally played. I thought the defense made some tremendous strides. Our kicking game was very good. Kason Beatty was outstanding on the night. Roberto was outstanding. Our coverage teams. Defensively, we really grew in a lot of areas. Very proud of them. Offensively, we got some work to do, and we got to get some things cleaned up.
Well, and along those lines, Coach, it's a work in progress.
It is.
You said during the bye week when you watched some other games that, it looks like everybody's a work in progress right now. The good news is you took some steps forward.
It is, and we're going on the road, so we're not going to have the luxury of those home fans and the advantage we had. We need to get better this week and execute at a much higher level.
Eddie Goldman is certainly playing at a high level right now as we look at the big play of the second half brought to us by Xfinity, and it goes back to that fumble. Clemson is sitting there set up to win the football game in regulation, and there's the play.
Exactly right, and that's why, you know, sometimes you see coaches kick field goals and don't run the ball, things like that happen. People say that, but they wanted to run the clock, which is smart. But Eddie, he come off his block, got his hands in, like we teach, strip the ball as you're making the play, and he got him in there, and he's big and strong, and he got it out, and we got on the football, and you know, that was a great thing for Florida State.
Quick question about your philosophy to play for overtime there. Had Clemson had 2 or 3 timeouts, that would have changed your thinking,
yeah, it would
perhaps?
have totally changed it, because we'd had to punt the ball and you had to be more aggressive. And you might have ran and got a first down, but you had to change your concept. And you know, Sean being his first start, he just had the critical interception, but not on a bad decision, just on a little high throw, wanting to make the throw and just let it go. But there's no sense to lose that game right there. And our kids have fought too hard to get it back even. I liked our chances going, you know, I like our chances as well as their chances going into overtime, and thought that was the best way to win the football game. And
Florida State does get the win 23-17, an exhilarating, exciting victory for Florida State. But you turn the page because you play again this week, as you mentioned, on the road. We will talk about the NC State Wolfpack when we come back. Stay with us on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Kevin Haplea. I'm a redshirt senior. I play tight end, and I'm from Annandale, New Jersey.
Here's the snap out of the gun. Here comes pressure from the outside. Pass across the middle. It's diving catch caught. Haplea is caught. It is. Touchdown to the 8-yard line.
It actually wasn't my sport really until high school. I played a bunch of sports growing up, pretty much. I mean, any sport you could name, I probably did it. Baseball was probably my favorite sport growing up, and then I kind of just played it so much all year round. There was a dome where we could play in the winter where I lived, and I just kind of got tired of it and wanted to do something else. So a bunch of my friends were playing football, so I picked that up pretty much in 8th grade and then just rolled with it from there. My hero is my dad, actually. Pretty much, I mean, just everything. I think he fits the definition, every definition you could possibly have of a hero. I mean, he served in the Navy for over 30 years. He finished as a captain in the Navy. You know, he's on active duty a lot when I was younger, and he still made time to come to all my baseball games, you know, all my football games. He's never missed a football game since I've been in college. And just, you know, everything that I would ever need to know about, you know, being a man, I learned from him. So, I mean, he's my hero. Step Brothers is definitely up there. That's one of the all-time greats for me. I love Pulp Fiction. I love all of the, pretty much all of the DiCaprio movies, The Departed, Shutter Island, Inception, all those movies. I love the Jason Bourne, the Bourne trilogy. Those are awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge movie guy. I have a great hometown. You know, when I was living there at the time, I probably just wanted to get out of there at all costs. But yeah, I think it's a great hometown. It's a real friendly area. Not much crime. It's a great place to raise a family. You know, it's a nice little has like a nice little niche there in New Jersey. It's kind of like a woodland, agricultural more type area. So you know, it's not, you know, what you see in North Jersey up towards New York City with all the, you know, the smoke coming out of the factories and stuff like that. It's a nice, you know, quiet area. It's a great, you know, just a great place to kick back and relax when I go home on breaks. Probably outside of football was when I started uplifting athletes here in the fall. I obviously wasn't playing, and I got to start that up, and that was a process in of itself. But we got to hold that touchdown drive for the Syracuse game, where we ended up raising around $11,000 just in, you know, in one day. And so that, you know, it did have something to do with football, but it was kind of just me on the side, you know, doing something that, you know, was just to raise money for charity, obviously, and that was pretty awesome. I've never done anything like that before, and it felt really good. Well, it's a national organization that has a bunch of chapters at different schools, and like Penn State has one, so I was there. And the way it works is it uses college football as a platform to raise awareness and money for rare diseases, and you know, each school sort of picks a rare disease to, you know, champion as their own that means something to them. So obviously, when we brought it down here, we're doing it for Fanconi anemia for Ethan, and yeah, I knew how it worked, so I just, you know, I called the guys in the national office to see what I needed to do to get started here. And yeah, it was pretty easy since I was so familiar with it, but I'm really excited about it. It was definitely one of the most, you know, it was very humbling being able to do it, you know, from the ground up myself. It was crazy. As soon as the clock hit 0 and we were all running out there, it just seemed like, you know, time stood still for a while. It was just unbelievable. And I mean, and I didn't even play in the game, but yeah, and I mean, just so happy. You could just see, you know, just the pure, you know, happiness and joy on everyone's face, and, you know, everyone giving each other hugs and high fives, and just, you know, you could tell just what everyone went through, you know, from the winter workouts to the spring, summer camp, and through the fall. You could just tell everyone, you know, just how much we all appreciated each other and how happy we were that we attained the goal that, you know, we were always talking about.
I'm telling you now, I was at some other places. This guy has passion for you. He has love for you. He has trust for you. He has everything for you. He deserves a game ball.
How good it is to come to work and be able to work with people like you every day. God, I'm a lucky man. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm a lucky man. We ain't perfect. We all have flaws. But I'm going to tell you what, that's what a family does. Family loves and trusts it, believes in each other. It plays to the end. I don't have words for you guys.
Our Look Ahead is presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Register at knowlescontest.com for a chance to be the official photographer of the game.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Florida State goes back on the road this week, Coach. And that's the thing. You celebrate a Clemson win. It was a great win. And then you immediately forget about it, which is always, you know, part of what you preach. But you got to do it as you get back to the grind this week.
You do. We got to process that. We got to get better in a lot of areas. But we're making improvements. Special teams, I'm extremely happy with. Defense, we're getting better and better each week. Offense, we're going to find the rhythm again, and I got to do a better job of getting us in better situations and winning the first down battle, so we're better on third down.
North Carolina State, obviously, it's been a tough place to play for FSU the last few trips. So really, since being in the ACC, even looking historically. We've got a new quarterback who's a name that people are familiar with because he transferred from the University of Florida, and Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, an ex-teammate of Nick O'Leary. He was a high school teammate. We recruited ourselves. Big, strong guy, can get the ball down the field, athletic, can move around. Very strong arm, accurate arm, and he got good athletes around him, can throw the football, and they're throwing the heck out of it. And on defensively, they're very active, playing good defense.
Well, you'll go up there and try to make it 2 in a row in the ACC. You talk about being a work in progress. What is it that you want to see your team do most this week in terms of where you need to improve going into this game?
Well, I think getting into a better start. You know, just keep establishing the line of scrimmage. Forget last week, and special teams and defense keep going where we are. And offensively, we got to get back to winning the line of scrimmage. And all those, you know, everyone, we're not running the ball, but there's some cuts we're missing too. There's some holes in there that we are really, that can be big time plays, and we got to stay with it a little better. But, you know, in that game last week, we kept getting behind. When you have an inexperienced quarterback, sometimes an experienced guy, you can stay with it a little bit more and what's going on, but try not to win first down. But, you know, we got to establish ourselves on offense, be a much more physical group, and win that first down battle, and then keep sustained drives, keep the defense off the field.
Seminoles in the Wolfpack. It'll come up at 3:30 from Raleigh this Saturday. We'll step aside, come back with some final thoughts here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Our Look Ahead is presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. Register at knowlescontest.com for a chance to be the official photographer of the game.
Welcome back, fans. As always, we're joined by Joyce Simons, the head chef of Florida State Athletics. And the one thing is, we go through these segments about nutrition, sometimes you got to splurge, right? Sometimes you have to have a little bit of fun. It can't always be egg whites and great vegetables and lean beef and all. Those are very good. Sometimes you need something sweet. But the good news is, when we make this Angel Food French toast, we're cutting down a little bit on the fat. We're not using the egg yolks. We're not using a bread like brioche. It's actually a lot healthier.
Right. So today we're going to make Angel Food Cake French toast, and we're going to make it for you and garnish it up and everything. A little chef secret I like to show is, when I get my Angel Food Cake, I freeze it. So you know, sometimes when you have an Angel Food Cake at home and you go to cut it and it smushes, this way when you freeze it, it slices nice and you have a nice piece of cake that you don't have to worry about being all smushed. So we're going to cut a couple pieces. And then, since it's so light and airy, it thaws really fast for you. And we're going to take and dip it in a batter. We have a batter with some non-fat milk, some egg beaters, cinnamon, and vanilla to add flavor.
It smells outstanding. This is going to be great.
So we're going to dip it in, just make sure it's fully coated. And then we have a nice warm pan and with just a little bit of oil.
Players love this too. You hear so many of the guys saying, "Oh man, when are we going to get that Angel Food French toast?"
They love breakfast. This is one of the reasons that they love breakfast so much. So we're going to put it in, and we're just going to let it sear on both sides until it's nice and golden brown. So then we're going to flip it. And it has this nice golden brown on it, and then we're going to get our plate ready. So what I have for normal garnishes is, sometimes we'll do berries or things like that, but today I have some whipped cream for you and then some nice maple syrup. So we're just going to let that finish toasting, and then we'll put whipped cream on the side.
That cooks up really fast too. That Angel Food cake just, it stopped everything up. That was less than a minute to cook that.
Yes, it's so light and airy. So then we're just going to take it right from our pan, or if you have a griddle, this is a really great way to do it, right from that to your plate. And then it has the heavy cream with a little bit of vanilla. Whip it up, really easy. And then we have our nice maple syrup. I hope you're ready for something good and sweet, Scott.
Absolutely. There's one thing my mom always taught me. It's be prepared for dessert.
Yeah.
You know, maybe eat a little bit less of the regular meals so you can save room for dessert, right? Everybody needs to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
And who says you can't have dessert at breakfast?
I certainly would not disagree with that statement. Look at this. A little bit extra whipped cream on there. It's perfect, nice and light. Oh man, this is going to be great. Melts in your mouth, and yes, it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but man, it tastes great. You're cutting down a lot of the calories you would normally have in French toast. Outstanding food.
Yeah.
This is just outstanding.
And as long as you don't eat the whole cake, you should be pretty good.
It'd be very easy to eat the whole cake. It's a good thing we're not talking about portion control this week. As always, you can find all of Chef Joyce's recipes on Seminoles.com.
Welcome back. Some closing thoughts from Coach Fisher. And Coach, it's been a recurring theme. It will be. You got to get better each and every week. Part of the challenge from a fan standpoint is everything gets compared to last year, where the offense was one of the most prolific, not just in Florida State history, but college football history. But as you look right now, you're a quarter of the way through the season, and there's room to grow. What concerns you, or what steps need to be taken offensively to get the running game going and open things up?
Up front, we got to be able to continue to block, but also in the running backs, we got to be able to hit the holes and seams also. Our pass protection at times is, we've hit some things back, so we got to continue to block well in that situation. Receivers are starting to emerge. I'm proud of that. They're starting to make some plays. Bobo and Kermit and some of those guys are starting to emerge out of there, and just get consistency and be able to sustain drives, run, pass, play action, mix things up. And we got to do that as a coach. That's our job and my job first, and to put those things in place, and then we got to execute them and become as efficient as we really need to be.
You know, a year ago there was a challenge at Boston College, and your team, after that, it seemed like it grew by leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
There's no way to know if this game could be the same thing, the Clemson game, but can it be? I mean, in terms of confidence and belief in themselves.
I think it is, because we challenge our team to who are we? Who is this team? You know what I'm saying? And it is a team that will care for each other, that will really compete in the game, that will play hard, will lay it on the line. Now it has to continue to play better, and that's where we got to get back in the practice routine. So hopefully it will do that. We need to, going on the road, our first conference game. NC State's going to be a heck of an environment. It's always a great environment there. It's tough to play there, and they've got a good football team, and they're 4-0, so we need to.
All righty. Best of luck this week. We,
Thank
of course,
you.
will have the highlights coming up next week. Thanks for joining us right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.